So I went and picked up this 250 motor, RM250 motor last weekend, like I said I was gonna. And you know, it's not a gem by any means, but I think it'll give me enough parts to make it a whole motor again. You know, I got there and it's not quite as nice as I thought. They never are, it seems like. The guy did point out the case is cracked and it's got a bunch of, it almost looks like it welded. Maybe he's got some silicone on it. We'll have to check that out. Maybe the case is pretty beat up here. It looks like the chain came off. Roughed that up pretty good. But we'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll end up having to get a new case. There's also chewed up there. I don't know if you can see it. It's also broke on this one. So on this one, I could mill that back and then just make a spacer to go in there. I'll have to check it out what it looks like in there. So that's not a huge deal, but if the rest of the case is not so great, and if I find one cheap enough, that'd probably be the thing. And then when I was looking at it, I didn't even notice it until I got home, because the magneto cover was off. Stator's gone, the flywheel's gone. But I have the one off of the 86 motor that I never sold, and I think they're the same. I got to double check some part numbers and stuff, and that'll save me. I end up using some parts out of that motor. I'm going to use the flywheel, not flywheel, clutch basket. The drums are wrong, but I need the gear and the gear on it. So for the 88, so it's better. Didn't want to really part that motor out, but I mean, if I just part some stuff out of it like this, I can always find it again if I ever need it for that. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, the cylinder was off, and I mean, here's the piston that came out of it. I took it apart already. You know, it doesn't look like it's got a lot of miles on it, but man, it sure is scuffed up. I don't know what it is with these guys. New pistons, the 88 I had was like a brand new piston and just scuffed all up. And also the 91 I bought was very old piston at all neither, and it was all scuffed up. I don't know if they're just not cleaning them good or what, but you can see it. It's just so. Yank that cylinder off. Pop the head off. Getting camera view here. This thing, I think when she blew up, she grenaded pretty good and left a lot of shrapnel in there. So I found one on eBay already. I haven't bought it, but it was like $55 free shipping or best offer, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I probably could use this one. I don't know, it is pretty trashed. I don't know if you see it, but so the cylinder, I think they all came with sleeves in them. Them back old ones, not 100% sure. And it also has this fancy little MJ carved into each side. I don't know if that's some kind of person that bored it or ported it. And the ports do look really nice and smooth, not like an as-cast finish on them. And you can see a little bit of sanding marks. So but I don't really know what they're supposed to look like. But anyway, I mean, the cylinder doesn't look bad. There's nothing really deep in it. But it's only like half mil over. So technically it's got like 3 overbores. I think they go 2 millimeters over, so that's a plus. That'll save me some money. I'll just have to have it bored. Maybe my brother will get brave and bore this one out for me like he did his 125. I don't know. So the intake boot, the guy did point it out to me when I got there. It is cracked, so I'm getting one of them. Them aren't exactly super cheap, but not a game changer by any means. I also took off the reed cage, and it's got a Mossbarger reeds for it. And I went on their website or Facebook page, and they ain't posted nothing on their website or their page in like 5-6 years, so I'm assuming they went out of business. So I don't know if these reeds are going to be any good, so I'm not thinking I'm going to be able to find replacements. They seem really not very strong, but they're all individual, so I don't really know. Not familiar with that. I never really heard of the name until I got this. So what did I do? Transmission parts are all in a box here, so that's why I think it's all here. I'm assuming I'm gonna might be missing some small pieces. We'll see. I did get a kicker for it. It's a little sloppy though, so we'll have to see about that. I don't know what's wore out. I can't imagine the steel parts, probably the aluminum, so maybe I can make a bushing for it or something, or just buy one of them $35 Chinese ones, and which are for 89s, and later have the big knob on them and grind that off and polish it up. So, but I think these are supposed to be black, but I'll probably leave it aluminum color if I get them. Then I got this shift lever, which is some, I think it's for a quad racer or something, or I don't know. It's really goofy looking. I've never seen really nothing like it. And then the guy had an expansion chamber for it too, but it ended up turning out to be for a quad racer. Apparently he bought a quad racer and it came with this motor. So I assume someone was trying to put this motor in the quad racer. And I don't know the interchangeability of stuff from quad racers and RM, so I have no idea. So, you know, I've known about all this stuff. So the next thing I want to do is I really don't know. I assume the whole engine's been apart before, because it's got all Allen bolts on here. I don't think they came that way. I would imagine they came with all the crappy Phillips. But I don't know. But I do want to pop this off and see if there's the clutch basket in there. Maybe I can just take that off. Whoops. Yeah. It looks like it's got a clutch basket in it. I don't know, they went a weird way of trying to take this motor apart. Actually, it was split when I got it. Maybe we'll split it right now. I think I just got this one bolt in it. I really didn't look at it that close. Ugh. Oh. I put 2 bolts in it. Speaking of doing dumb things, today I was trying to work on my tractor because it stalled on me out when I was doing some work out in the yard, and I just parked it. Because sometimes when that thing stalls, it is such a pain to get started. I know it's some kind of carb issue. I think it usually supposedly do that when they're rich, but I tried leaning it all out. It still does it. So anyway, so it stalled on me and I didn't start. I didn't get out there till today, like 6 weeks later. And I'm cranking on it, and it won't start. It's just being a pain. I can't figure it out. It's really starting to tick me off. So then the battery went dead, and I had to bring my little remote battery jump starter battery thing, which works really good. Couldn't get it to start then either. And so there we go. So So then it's sitting out there. Of course, I'm getting mad. It's hot, and there's tons of these little gnats flying around, and I can't stand it. They just fly in your face, around your ears, around your mouth, around your nose. Anyway, I didn't get it started yet because I got the battery charger on, and I had run to like 100 feet of extension cord out there. But you know what was wrong with it? It was out of gas. If I would have put gas in it, probably would have started. All that getting mad and frustrated and walking back and forth to the garage 1,000 times to get extension cords, the battery charger, the little jumper battery thing, getting a screwdriver and a wrench. You know what? Check the obvious. Anyway, so it looks like it's decent. Here's that case. Yeah, definitely been welded. And it must leak because they got silicone all over it. Silicone all around the side. So maybe I'll see if I can find a better. I did briefly look. A lot of the right side cases, not so many of the left side. I think because chains come off and they bust the side up pretty good all the time. But if I do, this looks thick enough for sure. I can just mill this out round, just make a little spacer to make it up. I would think that would be fine. And I'm definitely gonna have to rebuild the whole thing, which I usually do anyway on because everything I buy is blown up except for the old KDX. She was a good bike. I made a little video on that too because I sold it. Just like an in-memory video. So there we have it. 85 RM250 motor. We're not going to bother to split that. Don't look like it's been apart. We'll get this baby ripping someday maybe. So the RM250. So the RM250, I is still looking for an airbox, carburetor. I think I got a scoop on one in town. It's not the proper carburetor, but it's a guy had a PWK 38 air striker from a YZ250, and it's just local and it's a fair price. So I might just pick that up and put it on this, or I might put it on something else. I don't really know. So I'm going to look into that. First I got to look into see what size carburetor this came with. If this came with a 36, which it might have, I already have a 36 off the 86 motor, so I'll just use that. Unless I can get that 38 cheap enough. So yeah, that airbox. And then once I get, well, I could test them on these. I got some CDIs. I got two of them from an 89 RM250 I bought. So. And I got one from the 86. I don't know if it works. And then I got a spare one for the 88. I don't know if it works. So in between all of them, I can use one of them on this. So that'll be it for this one, I think. See ya.